Explorers, welcome back. So we are here at the Casara Hotel in Carlsbad, California. If I remember, I will insert some pictures into this video of this area and everything, maybe a little snippet, I don't know. But I figured what better place to do the spending recap than at the hotel. We just concluded our weekend here. We're getting ready to check out in about 2 hours. So let's go over what we've spent. I have all of my receipts from this weekend. I did not bring a notebook with me, so we're just using the back of the Disneyland Savings Challenge to write all of this on. Also, side note, if my nails look dirty, they're not. I dyed my hair, and so it tinted my nails. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. My camera keeps changing the light settings in here while I'm filming. It's very frustrating. So let's go over spending. Let's start with, we left Friday morning at 2 a.m. in order to make it to Universal Studios by the time that they opened. We got there a little bit early, so we were able to get some content done. And the very first thing on the way there that we spent is $19.26. We spent that at the gas station on drinks and snacks. So $19.26 on drinks and snacks. We're going to go in order too. So then the very next thing, once we got to Universal Studios, I did not realize, because we've never had to pay for parking at Universal Studios. We've always had a pass there, and anytime I've done media, I've actually partnered with a hotel. And the hotel that I partner with, you can walk from the hotel to Universal Studios, or they have a free shuttle. We've never taken the free shuttle, but we've always walked. So I've never actually paid for parking at Universal Studios, and this time when I was hosted, since we were staying in Carlsbad, which is like an hour and a half away, we had to pay. And parking was a whopping $30. So we paid $30 for Universal Studios Hollywood parking. And that is not even the good parking. That is literally the general parking. Good parking is $70. So yeah, that was fun. Then when we got in there, it was very early. We got there right at opening, which we've actually never done before. And the first thing we did was we purchased a locker. We always rent a locker when we go to Universal and Disney, because we usually bring extra outfits and whatnot. We like to put our cups in there because we have refillable cups. So we purchased a locker, and that locker was $15. We got the large because we have a backpack that we keep for Universal Studios that has all 4 of our wands in it. It has mine and my husband's Harry Potter robes in it. It has me and Lennox's Slytherin headbands in it. It has Wrigley's Gryffindor hair tie in it. Like, all of our Harry Potter stuff that we need for the parks, we keep it in that backpack so that when we're getting ready to go, we can just grab that backpack and we don't have to worry about whether or not we have the stuff we need. It also keeps our Super Nintendo World bands in there, power-up bands in there as well. So because of that, we don't want to carry that backpack around all the time, and so we just get a locker. So that locker at USH was $15. Next thing we did was we went and had breakfast. Our favorite place to have breakfast is Three Broomsticks. However, it is very, very pricey, and since we no longer have our passes, we did not get the 20% off of food that we normally do. So we spent a whopping $64.34 on at USH for Three Broomsticks breakfast. And this breakfast is the child pancake breakfast for $12.39 with an apple juice, the child pancake breakfast for $12.39 with an orange juice, the adult American breakfast for $16.99 with an apple juice, and another adult American breakfast for $16.99 with an apple juice. Bringing the total to $58.76 plus tax of $5.58 made it a total of $64.34. Yes, very pricey. After that, what was the next thing we did? We did some rides, we did some other stuff, and then Lennox wanted a butterbeer. So, give me 1 second as I cross these things off of my list. So then Lennox wanted a butterbeer. Wrigley fell asleep, and the butterbeer with tip, because we purchased it at the bar at Hogshead Bar not at one of the carts. If you pay at the cart, you're just going to pay a flat fee. If you get it from the bar, you're supposed to tip. So we always buy it at the bar. It was $9.31 with tip, and that was for the frozen butterbeer from Hogshead. After that, they all wanted food. So first thing was Lennox got a large slice of pizza and a chicken Alfredo. Yeah, she got 2 full-grown adult meals. And the total for that from Luigi's Pizza was $38.96. This was a very spendy day for us. We don't normally spend this much when we go, but that's okay. I knew since we weren't spending on other things that we were going to spend more on this. Then, let me see. Okay, so then after that, Wrigley, myself, and my husband all got hot dogs. Right? No. Myself and my husband got the hot dog meal. Wrigley got the pretzel, and that was from Suds McDuff, and that was $35.01 for our lunch. Now, I will never recommend eating lunch, dinner, breakfast, any kind of food at Universal Studios. It's overpriced and it is not good. They have the worst theme park food. But I do recommend stepping right outside of Universal Studios and going into City Walk, which is like if you're familiar with Disney, it's like their version of Downtown Disney. Way cheaper food. They've got like an Earl of Sandwich. They've got like a Firehouse. They've got like little places like that where you're going to get better food for a cheaper price. But it is what it is. So then we went to... then my husband and Wrigley went into Hogshead because Wrigley woke up and he wanted his butterbeer and my husband wanted to get a beer. And so they spent $28.83 at Hogshead. And that was with tip. After that, I wanted to get content, so I purchased a Lard Lad donut. We got a couple videos and pictures with that, and that was from Lard Lad. It's like a giant donut. They're known for it in Simpsons Land, and that was $10.94. That was at Lard Lad. So then later on in the night, my husband went to Duff's Bar. It's like a little walk-up bar that's attached to Luigi's Pizza. And he bought a draft beer, and that was $16.33. And then last thing that we spent money on was... And I'm going to put that down. Actually, I'm going to put that over here. I went into Honeyduke's and I bought some Christmas presents for the kids. So that was $48.18, and that was from Honeyduke's. Okay. So then on the way out, we decided to stop at Cinnabon, which is in City Walk. It's like right before you get to the parking garage. You have to pass it. Normally, we get that before we go into Universal Studios. And so the kids don't end up getting 3 broomsticks. They just get a Cinnabon, which is way cheaper. But it was closed. It hadn't opened yet. We got there so early. So I promised them we would get it on the way out so that we could have it before we went to Legoland the next morning. So I ended up buying a 9-pack of Cinnabons for all of us to have for breakfast for the next 2 days. And the total for that was $21.99. So in total, for that day, which was Friday, we spent, and I'm not going to include this one because this is going to come out of Christmas. This is all going to come out of collab pay. So we spent $19.26 plus $30 plus $15 plus $64.34 plus $9.31 plus $38.96 plus $35.01 plus $28.83 plus $10.94 plus $16.33 plus $21.99. So we spent a total of $289.97. And that is for the gas station and then everything at Universal Studios. So we got food, we got beer, we got treats, we got breakfast for the next day, that's parking, that's locker, that's everything for 4 people. And that's with us going overboard. So you definitely could do Universal Studios a lot cheaper than that. And that is a family of 4, 2 adults, 2 kids. We all ate a meal. We all ate 2 meals. We all ate a full breakfast. We all ate a full lunch. And we even got breakfast for the next day. And we got parking and locker. So this is the total for Universal Studios. Now we're going to go on to the next day we woke up, we had Cinnabon. We also had to fill up the car, so we put in we stopped at the gas station and we filled up the car for $64, which was a steal. Gas was $4.94. I've never seen gas in California under $5, usually closer to $6. In the LA area, it's usually closer to $7. So getting it for $4.94, my husband got in the car and he was like, I'm afraid we may not have actually gotten gas because even he was surprised. So we did fill up the car. It takes us 1 tank of gas to get from Vegas to Hollywood. So that was that one. We woke up, we had our Cinnabon that we had purchased the night before. And then when we got to Legoland, my husband and I bought these Legoland Santa hats so that we could have them in all of our content. Those were $17.99 a piece. However, I have my Legoland discount works still. So in total, we spent $34.89 on those 2 hats. And that was from the Big Shop. Then I stopped at Everything is Ramen and we got a refillable cup because we forgot to bring our Legoland refill cups. So I bought a refill cup and that was $9.25. And that was from Everything is Ramen. Now, Legoland has really short hours. They open at 10 and they close at 5. Yesterday they had extended hours and they didn't close until 6. But because they have such short hours and you just can simply not get everything you want to get done in one day at Legoland, we try not to eat there, which sucks because we actually really love Legoland's food. Out of all of the theme parks, Legoland has like my favorite food. It has my husband's favorite food. Like we all love Legoland food. But we don't like to waste like 3 hours eating. And the reason I say 3 hours is because we all like different things from there. My husband usually goes to Everything is Ramen and he will get a ramen bowl. Lennox and Wrigley usually want to go to the pizza buffet. They have a pizza buffet and it's like $10 for the kids. And it has pizza, pasta, and salads. And it's like a sit-down restaurant. Unlimited drinks, unlimited pizza, unlimited breadsticks, unlimited pasta, unlimited salad bar for like $10 for the kids. And I think for adults it's like $15. But we spend a good amount of time in there and we just didn't have that kind of time yesterday, so we didn't do that. And then my personal favorite is Urban Kitchen because I get their Philly cheesesteak and even that's inexpensive. So it sucks because we do love their food, but we just didn't want to waste the time. So we didn't eat in Legoland yesterday. So keep that in mind. We did not eat inside the park. However, we did end up eating there and I'll explain that. So we spent $9.25 at Everything is Ramen for what I got was a kid's refill cup and then a regular 22-ounce Coca-Cola for me and my husband to share. We did not do a refill. A refill cup for adults is like $19 and we already have like 4 of them, so we did not want to purchase another one. The kids, however, I didn't feel like carrying a cup without a lid because in California you don't get lids or plastic straws. You get paper straws and no lid. And I just didn't want to do that with the kids, so I got them a collector cup because it was $3.69 and I could refill it. So that was our total for the drinks. Then we went to, let me see, looking through my receipts right now. that was actually all that we spent inside Legoland as far as drinks, food, whatever, anything that wasn't Christmas. So now later I took Lennox into the big shop and we spent $46.85. And that was for Christmas gifts for Wrigley. After that, I went back into the big shop, but this time with Wrigley. And we spent $24.22 on Christmas presents for Lennox. After that, I sent both kids with Dad. I went back in by myself and I spent $218.16 on Christmas presents for both kids. So I'm not going to count that in my spending because, again, those were Christmas presents that had nothing to do with being at the park. But I got them some exclusive sets that you can only purchase in the park. Then, after that, we made reservations at the Legoland Hotel Bricks Family Kitchen. Bricks Family Restaurant. So Bricks Family Restaurant is a buffet inside the Legoland Hotel. And we love this buffet. If you stay at the Legoland Hotel, you get to eat at that buffet for free for breakfast. But we really love their dinner buffet. And so it's kind of pricey, but for 4 people for the Legoland dinner buffet, we had 2 adults and 2 kids, and our total was $88.93 after tax. And that was at Bricks. I can't spell. Bricks Buffet. When we got back to the room, I had my husband go to the vending machine in the lobby, and he spent $2.90 on a drink for me at the hotel. And then last night, my husband and I realized that this hotel in the parking lot is a Karl Strauss. Well, it is the Karl Strauss brewery, which is my husband's favorite beer because you can only get it at Disney. Disney has it on draft. It's like the Disney beer and he loves it. So he was so excited when we pulled into this hotel and realized that the brewery was literally in the parking lot. And when I say in the parking lot, I mean that quite literally they have these in every single room. All you do is scan this QR and they deliver, this is your table number. Like each room has its own table number. And these are the exact same ones that they have like on the tables in Karl Strauss. So she was explaining to us that they don't come to tables and like take your order. Every single place is the same, whether it's a room or a table. You scan that QR, you place your order, it goes up to the bar, and the bar just then delivers. And so it just tells the bar like it's either this room number or this table number. And they just walk it over and bring it to your room and deliver it to your room the same way they deliver it to a table. Like that's how close it is. So we obviously had to order from there because he's never gotten it from the actual brewery. So we spent $29.37 at Karl Strauss, which I was so excited for him. I ended up getting something too. I got they only had one cider because I don't like beer. And the cider was a chamomile, matcha, and something else. He wouldn't tell me what was in it until after I tried it because he didn't think I would drink it otherwise, but it was actually really good. It was light. And so that is everything that we spent this weekend. Let me add this up. So we spent $64 on gas, $34.89 at the big shop, $9.25 at Everything is Ramen, $88.93 for dinner. Mind you, $88.93, that is all the food that we had yesterday. So we did not eat anything after, like before or after that besides eating these Cinnabons that we were in this total. Plus $2.90 at the vending machine, plus $29.37. So at Legoland, we spent $229.34. Now for Christmas, well, let me add this up. So $289.97 at Universal Studios, $229.34. We spent a total of $519.31 out of Collab for this weekend. Out of This is Christmas presents. So in Christmas, I'm going to be wiping that envelope clean because I overspent out of that envelope, which I knew, which is not a big deal. Collab will just make it up and then it's just not a big deal. So on Christmas, we spent $337.41. And that is my spending recap. So now I need to take $519. We're going to just do $520 out of the money that we put aside from the trip. So so we had put aside $675 for this trip. So we spent $520. So now we have $155 left out of this trip. So this will go to paying the credit card. And then we need to pull $337 out of Christmas. Obviously, there's not that much in Christmas, so we're just going to pull everything. And hopefully a collab pay, or not a collab pay, I'm sorry. I have until the end of the month to pay the difference, so I will just keep an IOU into Christmas. And when a savings challenge completes, we will pay the difference. Originally, I was going to let collab pay absorb that, but I forgot. I still have the entire month to finish a savings challenge to pay it. So we need to pull $338. 1, 2, 250, 270, 290, 310. Oh, we do have enough. Oh, that's nice. Okay. 1, 200, 250, 270, 290, 310, 330, 340. So I owe this, that's okay. It can pay the 340 and just be $2 over. So we still have $60 left in Christmas. I forgot that we completed a bunch of savings challenges. I did not think that that was going to work out like that. So that is it. And so now this is how much money will be going back to the bank. We've got 1, 2, 3, not to the bank, I'm sorry, to paycheck. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 750, 770, 790, 810, 830, 850, 87, $870 between Christmas and what we actually spent. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. Probably not going to be the most favorite video in the entire world, but that's okay. It's there if you need it. And I think I will keep doing these just because I have to figure this budget out anyways every time after a trip. And so this just makes it that much easier. So we now have $155 that can be put back into the Denver trip. So I will do a video, I will break this down, and then I will do a video reallocating these funds into the Denver trip. So that is it for right now, and I will see you guys back here for the next one. Bye.